Hey, welcome back. Van here. Today I'm going to show you how I made this rustic antique looking ladder. First you want to take a bucket, put some apple cider vinegar and some steel wool, let that marinate for a few days. That's going to be the patina, what we're going to age the wood with. You're going to love this. There's no rhyme or reason. Just pour you some apple cider vinegar in there and let it sit for a little while. Next you want to take two 2x3 boards. You want to flush them up on the ends and on the top. Make sure everything's flush. You're going to start marking every 12 inches, 12, 12 and 3/4, 24, 24 and 3/4, 36, 36 and 3/4, and you'll see why here in a little bit. That's what we're going to use to align the 1.5 by 1.5 inch rungs with. So you want to go through and mark with a speed square. Next we're going to use a pruning saw. We're going to go over the 2x3 boards, distress them just a little bit. That pruning saw really gives it a good workout. You can use anything, a chain, a steel wire brush, just whatever you've got laying around that's going to be able to cut into the wood and distress it. If you're new to my channel is all about saving you time and money with my how-tos and reviews. I'm not sure what a ladder like this would cost, but if you was to go out and buy the wood, it would be less than 10 bucks, or right around $10. This is just some wood I had laying around the house. So you want to take a sanding block and go over, because that pruning saw really does tear up the wood, and you don't want any splinters getting in your hands while you're doing this. So there's the marks that we're going to line up the rungs with, and there you see I left some of the wood splintered out, but that's just to antique it and make it look old and patinaed. So here I made like a stopping block, a jig, so that each one of these rungs, each one of these is going to be cut the same length, and that's 16 inches. Save some time doing it this way. Next we're going to sand the ends. We just want to smooth the ends out of the 2x3 boards. You want to do both ends on both boards. You can take a look there. That saw really tears it up there on the end. You want to smooth it out some. This was a really fun project right here. So now the 1.5 and 1.5 there, you want to just do the same thing with it on both ends on each one of them. Next we're going to be using our Craig jig, the pocket hole jig, to put some pocket holes in these. This is a really great item to have in your workshop. Now you want to do both ends of these, and you want them to be on the same side. And when you start putting the ladder together, you want them all on the same side, because that's going to be towards the back of the wall. There you go. We're going to use some 2.5 or 2-inch Craig screws for some soft wood, because this is pine. We're going to line them up. See how we're lining them up there? We're going to put some wood glue in between the joints. We're going to run that screw off down in there. Now you want to turn your chuck down. You want to turn the clutch down on the chuck. I've got mine set on a 13. It goes up to 20. And if you know anything about drills, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, then you're going to push that screw all the way through that piece of wood. Just keep on going all the way down, doing them all the same way. Next we're going to lay it down and line these up. Don't forget to put some wood glue in there. Run that screw in. Just keep working your way on down through there, lining them up with your marks. Next, we're checking to see how sturdy this thing is. I believe I could climb on this ladder. We're fixing to put some gussets in there. We're going to be cutting these at 45-degree angles, making like little triangles. They're actually gussets. They're going to be support. It's more like just something to look at to make it look right, you know, the way it's supposed to be. But you just want to sand the edges right there, because that's solid. It really does tear up that wood. Next, we're going to use some wood glue. We're going to use our little finishing nail gun, pneumatic air gun. You can use some finishing nails if that's what you want, but if you got an air gun, that's the best thing to use. So you just pop it in there. Same thing down here. I guarantee you I could climb on this ladder. Next, we're going to do some aging of this. Now, the one you just saw first, that was with a brush. The one you just saw next was with a rag. So we're going to use a brush. Pull your steel wool out. You want to squeeze all the juice out of that steel wool. And this, I used the, not triple, I was the quad, the 4 zeros steel wool, the real fine. You just want to brush it on. And this is the time that I take to reflect, think about all the good things in my life, get all the bad things out of my head, you know, and just reflect on life, and time to think about your family and your friends and what you want to eat for supper when you get done putting this patina on there. Now, this stuff goes on kind of clear. It's a little bit of color to it, but as it sits there, the color is going to get really dark on it. Just brush it in there, make sure you get in all the wood grains really well. I like to read. I read a book the other day, and this guy quoted a wealthy man. The wealthy man said, and this has to do with the ladder, he said, as we're going through life and we start working for a company, we take that ladder and we put it up against that company's wall, and we climb it to the top. We make that company successful and rich. We make that owner wealthy. Why not take your own wall and prop your own ladder against it and climb your own ladder? Some people are content with just working for somebody, and some of us, well, we just have that desire to become entrepreneurs, and we're always trying new things to make a few extra dollars. But this is time to think about stuff like that, you know, think about life and all the good things. Just keep brushing it on. We're just taking our time. There you go. Just brush it on in. Listen to nature and the birds, the airplanes and the trains. Just so relaxing and peaceful. Here in a little bit, I'm going to be hanging this on the wall. I'm not going to show you how I did it, because it was very unsafe. So I'm going to skip that part of the video here in just a little bit. Before we get to it, I want to go ahead and take this time to tell you thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Get out and try you some DIY. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. Tell me what you think about this video. We're going to take 2 boards and we're going to cut. They're 3 foot long. We're going to cut both of them at a 45-degree angle. And I think it's called a cleat. I can't remember what it's called, but that's what we're going to use to hang the ladder with. And we're also going to take 2, I think they were 2-inch little blocks, and we're going to use that as spacers to keep the ladder off the wall. You're really going to like the way this stuff turns dark. I'm excited for you to see it. Yeah, my wife's going with a farmhouse look here in the den, well, through a lot of the house. This little rustic ladder is going to be really nice up on the wall. It's 19 inches wide and 7 feet long, and I was thinking this thing's going to be too big for this wall, but it actually turned out quite nice. Would you look at that? Look how dark that wood is. Just go ahead, and I didn't put any wood glue on there, just go ahead and pop you a few nails in there. Those blocks you'll see here in a little bit, it'll just keep the ladder from leaning on the wall. Now you just want to take this and flush it up with the side of the ladder there and start throwing some nails in it. You want to position this 3-foot board kind of in the center of this ladder, but make sure it's flush with the side there. And see how it's cut at a 45-degree angle? Well, these two pieces of board, they're just going to fit right inside of each other. Yep, just throw you some nails in. I really hope you enjoy the way this looks. Going to throw a little bit of patina on these blocks here. Now the board that I put on the wall, I actually painted it the color of the wall. We'll see that here in just a second. Here we go. Voila. What do you think? I think it looks great. Look at that. Would you just look at that? That is awesome. Wow. And it's going to sweep across here, and you're going to see the rest of the decor there. Y'all, thanks once again for watching, stopping by. There's that board at the top that is cut at a 45-degree angle. But y'all have a good one now, and you come back.